Peace and light, family. This is going to be really quick, but I have to say this. Peace and light, African daughter. I don't think I've seen you here before. Hello, greetings back to you. Greetings. Welcome. Uh, I have to keep it 1,000 per usual. So, if you can hear me, okay, well, welcome back. So, we'll give it a few more seconds. Again, this will be on replay. If you can hear me and see me well, put a number 9 in the chat. Absolutely. So you guys, I have to talk about this subject. I'm one that definitely likes to support melanated businesses, okay? Nubian businesses, however you're identifying them, the Melanite Nation, or identifying yourself as a part of the Melanite Nation, okay? I am one that likes to support my people because I am also a business owner and an entrepreneur. However, a lot of us have, I would say, too many of us, okay, should not be in business because you're not ready. You're not. Just because you can do something doesn't necessarily mean that you should be doing it. And all too often, I find a lot of our people open up businesses and they're not ready in so many ways. And just because you, again, have the finances to do so does not mean that you should. If you don't have a service, if you are not of a service mind and heart, you should not open up a business. You should not. If you're not of service, please don't open up a business. Okay. If you don't like people, please don't open up a business, or at least please don't work inside of the business. Hire people who are people persons, to operate that business. Please. I'm just so tired of, I've gone and tried to support some Black owned businesses, and there are some things that I just cannot deal with and put up with, and I will go right to someone else if I cannot get the service that I deserve. Okay. So if I'm walking in, case in point, just even recently, I traveled back home and we went to the barber shop, which was Black owned. And first of all, we walked in, no one greeted us. People turned and looked at us and did not greet us. So we sat and we waited. And then when it was time for my son to get his haircut, when it was his turn, the guy decided to walk over to his friends and have a full-on conversation while my son was sitting in his chair. Like, I had to walk over to him and say, hey, I'm on a timeline. Like, you need to start cutting his hair. Case in point, if I have a hair appointment and I've set a hair appointment with you, because this has happened numerous times, which is why I've really just decided to do my own hair because I can. If I have an appointment to get my hair done and you agree to the appointment, and I either show up to your salon or establishment and you're not there, or I am waiting for you and it's past my appointment time, that's not okay. Extremely unprofessional. Extremely, extremely unprofessional. If I walk into your establishment and you look at me like this, you have no business operating a business. Clearly, you don't want customers if that's how you're greeting them. Like, I'm coming into your establishment to spend my hard earned money, and that is my welcome. Like, unacceptable behavior. Unacceptable. If I have an appointment with you and then you stop in the middle of the appointment, because this has happened as well. And it's normally like if I am at a salon, and it's happened when I was in Al Capitan and I would get my hair done. Like, the braiders would stop and just have a full on conversation, or, actually eat food, like sit and have their food time. Like, during my braid appointment, like, would take a whole 45 minutes to an hour. I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me right now? Yeah, unacceptable. I mean, come on. Like, come on. I mean, again, I'm all for supporting my people, but some of you all have no business being in business. I've also tried to support in having like Black creators and artists, help me like bring my vision into fruition as it relates to logos, for my various businesses, and packaging and things of that nature. Can't keep to timelines. We agree on a timeline. It's contractual, whether it be verbal or written, and or both. There have been situations where I have had a contractual agreement and the deadline, like that deadline has not been met and it has not been honored. It's the day before the deadline, okay? And the person is saying, "Oh, I can't meet this deadline," or the deadline is passed and I realize, okay, like, where's my logo, or where's my packaging? Why isn't it here? Not okay. Not okay. So, I mean, if you don't know how to greet, treat, service, keep to timelines, keep appointments, then you have no business being in business. And all I hear in social media is, "Oh, well, nobody supports me. Nobody supports Black owned businesses. My people don't support." Well, when they do support, maybe there's a reason why they're not supporting, because it's when they do support, they're not well received. They're not treated well. You're not acting professionally. You're not keeping to timelines. You're not keeping to deadlines. You're not communicating properly. And then you're sitting up here wondering why no one wants to support you. It's not okay. You have to have a service heart and mind. You have to have a high level of professionalism. You have to be organized. You have to want to really like please your customer so that they can then be your advertisement or your marketer, your marketing. They can market for you for free, but they won't do that. You have to look at every customer as 5 to 7 extra customers. If you don't see that one customer as 5 or 7 additional customers, then you are not of a business mind. People will absolutely not only tell bad stories or bad experiences, they will actually absolutely share good experiences too when it comes to business. And they will go and tell this person, and then that person, and then that person will go and tell that person and another person, and then so on and so on. Word of mouth. There's power in that. Establishing a respectable and reliable and accountable brand. People need to know that they can depend on you. I've gone to restaurants owned by our people, and it's supposed to open at 8:30 and no one is there. No one is there. It's closed. One day they're opening at 8:30, the next day they're opening at 10 a.m. The next day they're opening at 12. I mean, no sense of consistency at all. Just because you are the proprietor of the business does not mean that you get to be inconsistent with your hours. People need to know that they can depend on you. And if they feel like they can't, they're going to go somewhere where they can. It's period, point blank. And you can't get an attitude when someone is giving you constructive criticism. That's another thing, always having an attitude. When you're in business, your customer is giving you constructive criticism. Or maybe your customer needs to return something. I owned an online boutique. I set rules and regulations and return policies and things of that nature. And sometimes just to appease the customer, depending upon what the issue was, I would bend the rules a bit if they needed to return something, depending upon the circumstance. And just as happy as I was when they spent their money in my boutique, I was just as happy and gracious in giving them a refund. Some of you all are really delusional, really, truly, truly delusional. And then there's this thing on social media about, oh, the price is the price, and that's what the price is. No one's saying, undervalue your product, but don't overvalue it either. There needs to be balance in your pricing, because I see that some of these melanated owned establishments, I'm like, well, how did you come up with this pricing? You can't just overprice someone just because you feel like you're the proprietor of the establishment and people just need to pay like whatever it is that you say that they should be paying. No. There are formulas that you can use, that you can utilize so that you can properly price your product for retail. There are actual formulas that you can use. I am not going to go out of my way to support a Black owned, melanated owned, Nubian owned business if you're not going to respect me, if you're not going to value me, if you're not going to treat me well. When I come into your establishment, you're not happy to see me. If you're going to have an attitude, if you can't keep with your timeline, if you can't keep an appointment time, if you are disorganized, I am not going to patronize your business just because you look like me and you're lacking professionalism and all of the other aforementioned things. I'm not obligated to do that. But if you're giving me good service, if you are professional, if you are punctual, if you're respectful and you treat me well consistently, then absolutely, I will be more than happy to be your customer. But if you're not giving me those things, then you are delusional to think that I am just supposed to patronize your business just because you look like me. It's a business at the end of the day. So it's been really difficult to support some melanated, Black owned, Nubian owned businesses because I have not been treated well in a lot of instances. Even when I was in Alkebulan, the customer service is like non-existent. It's walking over to the table, dragging their feet, which I can't stand. The Johnny come lately over to the table and with this just dry ass Caribou. Really? Like, really? Totally non-existent. I just went out to eat yesterday. And what was it? Maybe the day before yesterday. Yeah, we went out to eat. And the waiter, he took literally over 35 minutes to come back to our table after we said we just needed a minute to look over the menu. Just a minute. And he took 35 minutes to bring his butt back. The last time I checked, TIP stands for to ensure prompt service. That is why you tip someone, so that you can ensure prompt service. And so if you're not giving me prompt service and good customer service, common sense, it doesn't take me 35 minutes. You didn't even come back and check with us to see if we were ready. That your service, like your level of service, that's going to be reflected in my tip. It is. And I normally tip extremely well, but I've just stopped doing that. People need to learn. They really do. So no, Mahogany is all about supporting her people, but you need to make sure that you are exhibiting good business practices if you want my money. Because I will choose you. I will choose you first. But if I come to your establishment or if I patronize your business and you don't treat me well and you're unprofessional and you have a stanky attitude and you don't have a heart and a mind of service, then I will not come back. And I will honestly give an honest review about my experience. Some of our people are delusional. You think that we're supposed to just come and be disrespected, you know, come and be unwelcomed, you know, unacknowledged when we walk into your establishment. That you get an attitude when we really tell you what our experience was. And then we're just supposed to take that and not say anything about it. Because if we give an honest review about our experience when we came to your establishment, then we're being, messy. We're not on code and all this other foolishness. Like, we're supposed to take the mistreatment and not say anything about it just because, you're my sister girl or you're my brother. That's BS. That's delusional thinking. You are running a business at the end of the day. Remember that. And just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should. If you know yourself, if you know you're disorganized, then you should not be running a business. If you know, again, that you don't like people, then you should not be running a business and you should not be greeting the customers. You should not be the person who greets the customers, even if you are the proprietor of the establishment. Then you need to stay away in the background somewhere. You're not the person that we need to see when we walk into your establishment. I've been to melanated owned restaurants where the food was truly icky and disgusting. Case in point, what's the name of that fake Jamaican restaurant in Ghana we went to, Josiah? We went to this restaurant in Ghana. You guys can, if you're offended, you're Ghanaian on this channel and you want to act simple and immature, then please excuse yourself. We went to this restaurant, Jamrock in Ghana. Okay, we were so excited about having some authentic Jamaican food. So we ordered our food and the food was disgusting. It truly, truly was. Truly was. And we called the sister over and we were telling her, hey, this is not good. It doesn't taste good. She's giving me 7 to 10 questions. It doesn't take all of that. I've said that I don't like this dish. It truly is not good. It is not good. You giving me the third degree. If it was good, I would eat it, but it's not. It just, and this is not just because of my own palate. It was not good. I know. And then when I looked at the reviews later, because honestly, I didn't pay any attention to the reviews. I didn't. That's my fault, and I'll take full responsibility of it prior to me going. Because had I looked at the reviews prior to me going, then I would have known not to go there. It was reflected even in the reviews, with several people were like, this is not the place to go for Jamaican food. The food is not good. The food was so bad. And she got an attitude and did the attitude, rolling her eyes. It's really? And she's not even the proprietor. She's the waitress. But obviously, that type of behavior is acceptable. Because, see, when it's not acceptable, you will know what you can do and what you can't do. And so the fact that she was so blatantly disrespectful, it told me that there will be no repercussions for her actions. And she probably sees that type of behavior in the upper management or the owner. And that's why she's behaving that way. but the food was not good. So again, not being able to take constructive criticism without getting an attitude. It could have been a simple, oh, okay, I'm sorry you don't like this dish. We can absolutely replace this dish for you, or I can speak with management to see if we can get you a refund. Simple as that. Of course, you can't do this in every single situation, but if you are an owner, you a business owner, you should be reading your reviews. The reviews are your friend. They help you to know what you need to improve in. They help you to know what things are really good, what's not so good, and what's good. And if you are a mature, professional business owner, then you will take that good constructive criticism and you will make the proper changes for the good of your business, for the success of your business. So, no, I am not obligated to come and spend my money to patronize your business just because you have beautiful skin like me. Okay? Because you have beautiful melanated skin like me. I am not. Not if you don't treat me well. Not if you are not punctual. Not if you don't greet me when I come into your establishment. Not if you're going to get an attitude because you can't take constructive criticism. Not if you can't stick with the contractual timeline. Not if you can't honor appointments that you agreed to. I'm not obligated to support your business. And I see this all too often. There was a sister who opened up a ice cream parlor in DC. I was so excited to go and patronize her business. And when my son and I walked into her establishment, they were obviously having a conversation prior to us walking in, and they treated us as if we interrupted their good conversation, and they weren't happy about it. And they just looked at us. We walked in, they were like, literally. I was like, okay, I got the hell out of there. It have not been back since. That's not how you treat your customer. And you can't be biased with your treatment. I've seen where I'll walk into an establishment that's owned by my brother or sister, and they're not so happy to see me, and they're dull and they're dry. But here goes Mzungu, and oh, it's bells and whistles. And I don't know if it's because they feel like, again, that social conditioning. And with us, if that's, still a reflection of, this slave mentality, excuse me, you guys, something on my teeth, this slave mentality here, or if it's because they feel that this Mzungu is going to spend more money than me, which is absolutely ridiculous. You don't know how much I'm going to spend or can spend. So you would be losing out, actually. So I've seen these behaviors, when I have tried to patronize Black-owned businesses. And this is the way that I have been treated. And then you think that I'm supposed to come back, or I am supposed to tell, other people about your business, or I am supposed to give you a good review in spite of the deplorable treatment. I don't think so. I don't think so. Jermo Ali, I say to that, indeed, like delusional. So again, you know yourself, right? So you should know whether you are in a good position to actually be a business owner or entrepreneur. And again, if you are not a people's person, then you need to make sure that you hire people who are, who can receive your customer well. If you know that you're disorganized, then you might want to go ahead and fix that. Take some classes, whatever it is you need to do, so that you can become more organized, because that will negatively impact your business as well. If you are not punctual, then you need to fix that before you decide to become a business owner. That's going to negatively impact your business. Your store hours say on the web that we're open from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. However, when I come at 9 or after 9, your store is not open. I've dealt with that several times. And mostly when it comes to Black-owned restaurants. You're opening 9:30 one day, again 12 p.m. the next day. Like, really? Does that show that you're dependable? No. People have things to do. And here they are looking on the internet so that they're being proactive by looking to see what your hours are. They expect you to honor those hours that you have posted, that you have decided on. So if someone has an engagement, or they have to be to work or whatever it is, and they want to have breakfast at your restaurant, and so here they are, they drive to your restaurant, they've looked, they've done their due diligence, they were proactive, and they see, oh, okay, they're open at 9. Let me go ahead and come a little bit earlier, just maybe 5 or 10 minutes or so. That way I can, be the first person, and then, get my food or whatever. Or even if they come at 9, okay, I can just get my food. And then they drive to your establishment, spending their gas and their time just to be disappointed. Now you've wasted their time and you've wasted money, because time is a currency, in case you don't know that. It is a currency. So whatever you spend your time doing is what you have bought. So here it is. I have spent my time currency, okay, in coming to your establishment to support your establishment in exchange for some good food. And you have wasted my time currency because I've gotten nothing back in return but disappointment. I didn't get food. So now I have to go to my job or go to wherever it is I am going to on an empty stomach, hungry and frustrated. I mean, you really need to look at the totality the impact of your actions. And then I've seen business owners get mad when they pull up. I'm there and I'm like, I thought you guys open at 9 o'clock. Yeah, we do, but not today. Like, this is the attitude that I've gotten. But you want me to patronize like your business. Are you serious? And you want me to go and tell other people to come here and be treated this way? Are you serious? Really? And then you don't want me to be honest about my experience. I mean, this is the attitude. This is the arrogance of our people at times. Like, it's profound. and it's comical and it's sad. So don't go on social media whining and crying about, oh, we don't support each other, because when we do support you, a lot of times we're not treated well, we're not received well, our time is not being honored, we're not being welcomed. Again, I have that, it's always of my heart and mind to support my people, always. But you have got to be a responsible, professional, dependable, accountable business owner to keep my business. Truly, because I would truly just go to the next person. Truly and really. That's it, really. Like, I don't care who doesn't like it. If you're mature, you will receive this message well. You will take heed. And this is coming from a serial entrepreneur. I care about my customers. Now, of course, you can't please every single customer, but I try my hardest to make sure that I please my customers. And again, you have some that like to take advantage too. We're not talking about them, and we're not going to be taken advantage of. There is a line and there is balance in everything. But again, if you get my product, I'm responsible for the products in which I am selling you. So if you get my product, there were a pair of pants that I had in my boutique. Cute cigarette pants. They were these banana colored cigarette pants. So cute. However, I noticed that the stitching, it was not secure. I always try my inventory on myself. Everything in my boutique, I tried it on. When I receive it, I try it on. I move around in it. I walk around in it. Sometimes I might bust up a few dance moves in it just to see it. Just to see it. So I realized when I tried these cigarette pants on that the stitching was weak. But people were ordering the pants. And so what I did was, for the orders, is I went to a local seamstress and I had her enforce the stitching before I sent it to my customers on my own dime. And then I took it up with the maker. That's how much I care about my customer. I didn't want them to be disappointed. That's also being proactive. You don't receive inventory and not analyze it, and not try it on and not, inspect it to see, are there any issues with this inventory, with this product? That's caring about your customer. You are also a customer. You know how you want to be treated. You know. So treat your customer accordingly. That's it. That's all I had to say today. So don't expect mahogany. I can only speak for myself. Know that I have a heart and mind to support my sisters and brothers in your business endeavors. However, I am not obligated to give you my continuous support when you are not giving me good business practices. Let's go over them again, shall we? Acknowledging your customer when they walk into your establishment. There should not be one customer that walks into your establishment that has not been acknowledged. Even if you cannot service them at the time of entry, you can still acknowledge them and greet them and let them know that you will be with them as soon as possible. Number 2, Making sure that your business hours, that you're honoring your business hours. If you say that your business is going to open at a particular time, please make sure that you are there to open your business at the time in which you selected. You establish those hours, not the customer. And if you feel like you can't honor those hours, then an adjustment is in line. Keeping appointment times, being punctual. If you tell someone that you're going to do their hair or whatever it is, whatever service it is that you were supposed to provide for them at a particular time, then make sure that you're showing up on time to render that service. Please do not interrupt your customer's appointment time just to do personal things like eat food or have personal conversations. That's unprofessional. If your customer is telling you that they are not pleased by a product or your products, whatever it is, try to understand, overstand them. Do not get an attitude. Be open and receptive to hearing what they have to say. And then then you can make a well-informed decision as to what the next course of action should be. At the end of the day, you do want to please your customer. Although you can't always do that, you should always strive to do that. Being organized. I've dealt with graphic designers and so many other services. And people were disorganized. You've asked me to send you something more than twice when I've already sent it to you. Not being able to find things. Not remembering the contractual deliverables. Just disorganized. Don't know where you put anything. Unacceptable. So the next time you cry, if you are a Black-owned business, and the next time you go and you cry on social media or wherever it is, and you're telling people that your people don't support you, you might want to find out why. Okay? That is it. And that is all. Until next time, be good.